This is going to be a really raw video because some people out there are getting the wrong idea about selling courses. Now, I've sold courses for almost a decade. I know extremely well how this industry works. And I will tell you straight up, it is harder than you think. You know, someone looks at me and thinks, oh, but you make it look easy, Seth. And the truth is, I probably do. But we did the math, and I've spent 21,840 hours of my life building and selling courses. I mean, imagine if you spent 21,840 hours of your life doing one thing. Just for perspective, if you spent 4 hours a day on weekdays honing one skill, it would take 21 years to reach 21,840 hours. With that many hours, you'd probably make it look easy too without even trying. When an MBA starred as a one-hand tomahawk, it looks easy. Why? Because he's done it 1.5 million times. So today, I'm going to show you the dark side of building and selling a course. Why do most people fail at this? Reason number one, because they think it's easy. If you set out to build a chapel, and let's say you've never built a building in your life, and you think it's easy, guess what's going to happen? You are going to get real discouraged real fast. So my first advice to you is do not assume anything in business. I mean, anything will be easy. Building a business is not easy. It is hard, and it's going to be a lot harder than you think it's going to be. This advice alone will save you from mountains of disappointment, and as a result, increase your chances of success. Number two reason why most people fail at this, because they don't choose a strong market. Now, simply doing what you love is a recipe for disaster and embarrassing failure. It is not good enough that you love what you do. The market does not care about what you love. It cares about what it loves. And if what you build is not what they want, no matter how much you love it or how much passion, blood, and tears you poured into it, your course will not sell. So make sure that the market is hungry. I mean, craving what you are selling. Otherwise, you're a charity. You're a 501c3 nonprofit organization. Number three reason why most people fail at this, because they assume they know what their customers want. Let's say you're teaching blacksmithing, how to make swords and cool stuff like that. And the first chapter of your course is a brief history of blacksmithing. But it turns out none of your clients care about the history of blacksmithing. They're not history buffs. They are highly practical people who want to learn how. So no matter how articulate or how accurate your chapter on the history of blacksmithing is, if your clients don't want it, you're not just hurting sales and wasting their time. You're wasting your time. This is why I teach my clients to ask their clients, what are your top questions about this topic? And their answers to those questions become the chapters of my client's course. Number four reason why most people fail at selling a course. They don't create a new market. Let's say someone loves pickleball and he's good at it. So he goes out and he searches online and he notices a huge upward trend of pickleballers. And he says to himself, great, I found a market with demand. And he goes and creates his course, launches it, and then wonders why no one buys. I can tell you exactly why no one buys. Look at this. We're going to go to Discover Communities. Let's search pickleball. Okay, that pickleball school. Look at this guy. $39 a month, almost 1,000 members. Someone else already stole that spot. He's the category king that Al Ramadan in the book Play Bigger talks about. Look. No wonder he is the king. No one else is making money like he is. He's doing like $40,000 a month. Look, who else is making anything even close to this? He stole the spot. He created his own hyper niche. He dominated his category. Look, if you started a course on how to play pickleball right now, let's just say right now, today, you launch your course on school. Why would someone buy your training when that pickleball school, this guy right here, already has 1,000 members? Now, unless you niche down and create pickleball training for families or for executives, or training that guarantees a much faster learning process, something that makes your product stand out as a brand new category, AKA a hyper niche. Reason number 5 why most people fail at selling a course: because they're boring. But Seth, I thought you said that anyone could create a profitable course. Yes, any adult who has life experience can do this. I did. But just teaching the content is not going to cut it in today's culture. You need to tell your story. Who are you? Where are you from? How did you learn pickleball? What challenges did you overcome? Unless you are an AI machine, you already have an organic story of ups and downs that will engage people and bring you and your training to life. This is exactly why in Craftsman, we have a whole section called Your Breakthrough Story. It's a huge part of not only making your training come alive, but also getting a lot of sales and connecting to people and building a strong community. Because people don't just connect with someone because they like their content. They need to connect with them because they relate to them. And it's really hard to relate to someone if you know nothing about their story. If you are boring, which means if you're not telling your story, you are, no one will buy from you. And I guarantee you this, your story is not boring. You just haven't been taught how to tell it yet. Reason number 6 why most people fail at selling a course: because of perfectionism. Always planning, never starting. Always perfecting, never launching. Nothing will kill the launch of a business like perfectionism. Let me make this clear. There is no room for perfectionism when building a business. It might work for a book club or cooking or dog training. By the way, all those are great topics for a course. But if you apply that same level of perfectionism to your business, your competitors will chew you up and spit you out. Not the best, but the only way you are going to know how to build a product that customers love is by getting it into the market and receiving real-time feedback. Receive feedback, iterate. Receive more feedback, iterate again. That is how you build a product. You get it into the market, messy and scrappy, and you optimize as you go. Reason number 7 why most people fail at selling a course: because of a pathetic offer. Look, I don't mean to insult, but I'm going to be blunt. I see so many pathetic offers out there. It's no wonder they're not making sales. I'm talking about your landing page or your school page where people go to buy. Or when you pitch your offer needs to be so amazingly good that someone would be stupid not to buy it. How do you do that? You deliver value at 10 times the cost of your course you are selling. The value of what you are selling is 10 times the cost that you are charging. Otherwise, why are you in business? If you want a full video on how to do that, just go right here. Reason number 8 why most people fail at selling a course: because of a lack of self-discipline. In my training in Craftsman, I teach my clients how to win their first 15 clients just using their phone. Sounds amazing, right? Yes, but it's tedious. This means you're texting anywhere from 25 to 100 people every day until you've exhausted all your contacts. You want sales? You have to reach out. And the best place to start is with people who already know you. Now, before you freeze up and think, Seth, I'm not asking my mom to buy my course. The strategy we use is super simple. It's called ERRA. You engage, you relate, you request, and then you ask. You engage, relate, request, ask. And what you ask is not, will you buy my course? But instead, who do you know that might be interested in me coaching them? But the problem people run into is not the ERRA strategy. The strategy works. I've used it thousands of times and made a lot of money doing it. The problem is a lack of self-discipline to sit down and do these texts every single day. Most people simply do not have the grit to do something tedious over and over and over again until they get results. No wonder Charlie Munger said, quote, "To get what you want, you have to deserve what you want." The world is not yet a crazy enough place to reward a whole bunch of undeserving people. When Kobe Bryant joined the Los Angeles Lakers in 1996, he was the rookie. He would be playing alongside experienced legends like Shaquille O'Neal, Eddie Jones, Nick Van Exel. And because of this, Kobe worked harder than anyone. He was practicing 4 hours or more every day. It is this kind of commitment and drive that is necessary if you want to build a business, make a lot of money, and impact a lot of people. That's exactly why Craftsman has a monthly roundtable where the men meet and hold each other accountable to keep going. One more reason why most people fail at selling a course. This is reason number 9. They don't understand marketing. If you have zero experience in marketing and you want to sell a course that makes you a lot of money, get a coach who knows marketing. Nothing feels worse than to spend hours and hours creating a product to find out that you have no idea how to get people to buy it, let alone even notice it. I could spend the next 3 hours explaining various marketing methods, but instead, I want to tell you a story. I have done 10.2 million in gross profits, not revenue, gross profits from course sales. But what most people don't realize is when I launched my first course, no one purchased it. No one cared. My sales did not take off until I paid for a mentor. And the $8,000 I spent ended up making me 10.2 million. Now I want you to think about that for a minute. You could put 1,275 $8,000 into 10.2 million. That mentor multiplied my $8,000 investment by 1,275 times. Look, if a casino announced that it guarantees you a 1,275 return on your money, the entire world will be on that casino's doorstep. When you invest in yourself by getting a mentor or getting training, you pull the future towards you, as Hormozi likes to say. You accelerate your learning process. Because what would you rather have? Trying and failing for 5 years until you finally figure it out? Or paying a mentor who can 1,275 times your investment?